Dun, 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 dun. Dun, dun, dun. Hey, everybody, it's me, TruePowerIsMine, the host of True TPIM SR Live. Today's date, my friends, September 16th, 2019, the year of our Lord. Hopefully, I haven't been banned from YouTube, and this live stream's actually going out. Earlier today, I tried to educate the masses, and, well, let's just say we were rather abruptly shut down at our Missouri studios. So right now, while the studio is empty, it's just me, you guys, and the thoughts in the air. We're going to talk about what's going on. I recently, I was just chatting with Mark on Facebook, and I wrote to him about my analysis of, well, basically the attack in Saudi Arabia. Brother Bird, Brother Nick, welcome to the show. Peace and power, brothers. You know, here's the gag. And Nick, I'm going to do a report after I do this little dissertation here. I'm going to do a report on that last video you put up, brother, with the jets and the planes and shit. Man, he was pointing out, Brother Nick was pointing out drones. Well, that's coming up. But right now, y'all, who gains the benefit from oil going over $100 a barrel? You do realize the Russian economy is ran on oil. It's almost as if it's a blessing that this happened in Saudi Arabia because oil prices are going to go through the roof. The Russian economy can flourish. Also, going along with the leading of America, the United States, rather, BTC today, we're going to tap into our strategic oil reserves. Smart move, huh? So when the big war hits, oil production's already impeded. Our strategic oil reserves already probably at this time will be depleted. Bada boom, bada bing. It's a done deal. Now, moving on to the globe to Turkey and Israel. Watch Turkey and Israel, y'all. Because Turkey said something that every racist government don't ever want you to know. Turkey said Israel's racist and they're engaging in racist institutionalized programs in their border, which is true. Talk to an Ethiopian Jew. Talk to any heavily melanated Jew. What about the Jewish soldier that was beat up by the white Jews and Netanyahu had to bring him into the office and pat him on the head? Not all are bad, brothers. Don't forget, the people who populated that area were some of the most racist people in the world. Oh, they wasn't all Holocaust victims. A lot of them were pretendos. They were double pretending. They weren't small hats, but they were pretending to be small hats, pretending to be Jews. That's how deep this thing goes. Now, we want to sit here and keep on down this road. I don't know why, but we do. We always come back to it. Of being ignorant of the facts. Being ignorant of what time it is. Now, for all you guys and gals out there having a bloodlust and a hard on to go and blow up something, please remember this. What goes around comes around. Things that you do today will directly affect future generations. Not just talking about polluting the damn stream. I'm also talking about making streams of blood. Because when the finger gets pointed and when they set up the one world system, let's just say there's going to be a lot of mashing of teeth. You have to understand, folks, nothing's free on this damn planet. Everything comes with a cost. You dabble in magic. You dabble in black magic or white magic or just the run-of-the-mill magic. There will be a cost on you. Just like you dabble with trying to get rich, there's a cost. You literally typically don't have time to spend with your loved ones. There's a cost to everything. And even this freedom, brothers and sisters, there's a cost to it. Your liberation costs, yeah. It costs you getting up and rejecting the system. It costs you actually putting money towards the hub, the foundation. And it costs in time and energy. Actually talking to other people about things we talk about on the show. Light the candle in the mind of another, and the light grows stronger. But hoard this information to yourself. Once you die, the flame's extinguished. There have been so many great speakers that never were. Maybe they lack the confidence. But I'm asking y'all, get out of your comfort zone. If you want to be liberated. Now, if you already believe you're liberated and you're doing fine, well, then I guess this is the point in time where you separate yourself from the show. Because I need like-minded people. I need people on the ball. I need people who get it. We are it. We are truly the vanguard of our own liberation. If we don't want to accept that responsibility, dear Jesus, then when it doesn't come through, you will still get your equal portion of the raft. I'm not talking about no silly ass on rebellion. I'm talking about all humanity, by the way, too. Because a lot of you brothers and sisters run around here thinking you're this or that and you're free. You're not free. Everything you do today is facilitated and motivated by the almighty dollar. You're a servant to money, which makes you culpable to all the evil money does. I love soil. Do you? Welcome to the show. When is the next march from Anaheim Lime Street? I don't know, brother or sister, whichever applies. I don't know. Love. All I know right now, it doesn't really matter at this point what Mark says or what he doesn't say. You should see quite literally the writing on the wall here. You really should. Sister Cathy, peace, love, power, unity, victory. And not to feel bad or self-pity, but I love, just out of curiosity, do you not find like some of the information that I bring to the game valid? You know, I mean, Mark is obviously a huge centerpiece of the program, always has been, going back traditionally to the very start of the program. But I do my best, love, to try to bring you unique information. And I hopefully I'm achieving that. Hopefully I'm achieving that because I want to educate people so that you can go out into the world and talk to other folks. Like I just said, it does none of us good if we sit and hoard the information. And Sister Cathy does not hoard the information. She's one of the most prolific dissemination of information I think I've ever met. If you're not hip on game, you know, I wish, Cathy, you would actually put some videos up on your channel, though, sister. That would be so awesome. You know, just even, you know, or better yet, oh shit, better yet, check this out. Because I want everybody to see this information at the same time, except for very critical information. Cathy, when you go to my YouTube channel, go over to, here it is, community. Go over here to community, and you can post whatever you want right here on the community deal. Like, you know, all different. Because your information is awesome. A whole lot of it, but it's awesome. Sister Janice, peace, love, light, power. Welcome to the show. Glad you made it. Thank you, Most High. You know, and that goes for everybody. You know, even unless the troll comments like all hate, you know, kill, blah, 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 die, kill, die, blow up, and all that. We don't do those comments, but anybody's welcome to comment on the community board here on the YouTube channel. Anybody. Because I want it to be a source, a go-to source for people researching various topics. Because we are in this together. We are all children of the Most High. We are all, at the end of the day, one family. Loyal, determined. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank you. Peace and blessing, love and abundance be upon you. But going back to having Mark on the show, trust me, I truly do want Mark on the show. But I sincerely get it, man. And you know what? I'm going to tell it today, man. Check it out. All right. I got a family and shit. And a deal happened. I was getting some odd emails. And even on my car. It was over the winter. A motherfucker actually, it was after I did one of the big Mark Fahrenheit shows, actually wrote on my minivan, "We're watching you." Now, I got women, children, small babies, dude. I spazzed out. Okay, here it is in a nutshell. Mark being on my show was literally putting me in danger. And honestly, he's really doing me a favor. Because since I haven't had him on the show, a lot of that craziness tamped down really fast. And he knows what time it is, dude. I'm a noob to this. Mark's a fucking veteran. He knows what time it is. He's like, you better be checking your brakes and underneath that fucking car. You know, you guys remember that one live where my car went off, right? The alarm just started going off. I went and grabbed my pistol and shit. And I talked to him after that happened. He broke it down. He's like, man, what would have happened if I went out there and shot this fool? See, these people play games, man, on a different level, man. Even though I'd be justified, my ass would still be in jail. So whatever good I could have done with the show would have ended that fucking night. I had to use my fucking head. Now, I talk and I read Mark's articles almost damn near religiously. But at the end of the day, my first responsibility is to ensure the safety of my family and myself. Now, one could argue, well, then why do you have a show to begin with? Well, you know what? I'm not a total fucking cunt. Sister Alexandra, peace and power. Brother Air, peace and power, unity. Welcome to the show, both of y'all. But I'm here for you guys, man. I'm here for humanity, for real. And I'm putting it out there, quite literally. I'm not a big time guy. I don't have a million motherfuckers around my house to protect me. It's just me. But I will lay down my life for these people. And I will continue to share the information I can share with you all. Right now, I'm trying to get Craig Hewlett. You know, many of you never heard of Paul Hellner, the Prime Minister, Defense Minister. Hopefully he's going to be on in November. I'm not bringing these people on to try to sell you guys a book or a t-shirt or any of that shit. I tried in the past, but I don't want it. That detracts from the fucking show. I bring these people on so that we can get the critical information we can use right now and keep it moving. You know, I'm going to tell you straight up, a lot of you folks out there have just as much information, maybe not technical bits, but the overall gist of it. Ask Mark from Anaheim. A lot of you folks out there have been doing some research while we thinking you're up there in the house doing nothing. You're actually been looking at PDF files, looking at schematics of different stuff. So you're very intelligent. I ask you, share with us. Call me up. I'll put you on the air. And let's have you share your knowledge. Like the brother yesterday, Ottoman. He came with some real info. Brother Leonard, welcome to the show. Peace and power. Friends, you just look around the chat room and you look at some of the most brilliant people on this planet. Straight up. I don't care if you're living in Bel Air or you're living on Tobacco Road. I can tell by your intelligence, I can tell by your heart, and I can tell by your sincerity. You guys come back to the show time after time after time after time, and you share of yourself. These corporate people don't want that from you guys. They just want you to sit there, click the fucking button, and buy their fucking bullshit. That's all they want. But I want this show to be about connection, sincere, real connect. And I'll be honest, I want this show to be about you women and men coming together and making babies. While everybody else is preaching death. Brother Cobra, peace, power, unity, and victory. Welcome to the show. TPIM Live is preaching life and abundance of it. When everyone else is like, oh, no, you better do this and that. I'm telling you, you vet your partner. You find the right one and you stick with him and her to the end. And you make some babies, friend. We need human biomass to hit the critical point. And we won't get it with 1, 2, 0 babies. Once again, I want to plant this seed, and I'm going to be vulgar as hell. Fucking is not for fun. It's for procreation. Just remember that, because I want you to be guilty if you're out there fucking this one and that one. I want you to feel guilty, damn it, if you're not having babies with this one or that one. I want you to feel like a piece of shit because you're wasting her time and you're wasting your time. Now, don't go out there and be stupid. This is why I said you got to vet the person. Don't go out there and just lay with anyone because you'll get diseases and you'll die horribly. But if you know that this woman's clean and you know that she's a decent human being, or if you're a man, you know this man's clean, or a woman, you know this man's clean and he's a decent human being, make a baby with him. Now, that's my public service announcement for today. All right. Now, we're going to move on to Brother Nick's video. Brothers and sisters, man. Brother Nick, and they better not give me a YouTube copyright. Brother Nick, if you be so kind, could you type in the chat room, I got authorization to use your video? Because I don't want YouTube playing any type of funny yellow bar shit. Oh, you're copyright. It was this one right here. He got several of them, but this one here was beautiful. Hold on.
Where this plane must be coming from California, but it didn't just leave the airport.
Hold on. I want to say this video is beautiful. Okay, it's beautiful because I appreciate the sky, but it was quite deadly. I do want. Brother Nick is like a Mad Hatter. You know how the Mad Hatters were in medieval days? They had to use lead in the process of making the hats, and they all went crazy. Well, Brother Nick is getting poisoned like them, bringing us this beautiful work, and we need to acknowledge that. All right, we need to acknowledge that. Let's continue.
Peace, 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 love and light, my star family. It's just another sky update, but as you can see, skies are looking very, very hideous. We have a plane up here, a chemtrail plane, a drone spraying, marking up the sky. Just look at this, bam, this fool up here.
There's juice, and he's underneath that, Yao. Brother Nick is underneath that juice.
All today, they've been spraying, and then we got these ominous clouds. Now, these clouds are just odd because amongst all of this is actually legit chemtrail.
Now, look at that. Now he's gonna say, Brother Nick's gonna say this in the next. But how if this supposed to be water vapor, right, Yao? Right? Clouds are supposed to be water vapor. How come they're not translucent? You know, how come you can't really, you can't see through them? They shouldn't really be these dark spots. Should be able to see right through it. So you're trying to say this cloud can float up here as heavy as, if you guys ever picked up a 5-gallon bucket of water, that's extremely heavy. Now, what kind of force is allowing all that water to stay up in the air like that? And how come we can't fly? You better check your salt.
Trail, but you're able to still see most of the sky, but it's just look at this odd spray. Most of this supposed cloud is being blended in with these organic ships are actually is a mist, a chemtrail mist. But you can see this plane is going high in altitude. It's not like he's flying across, but he's going higher and higher and higher. It's way up there, just spraying. Get a closer look on that. Just non-stop spraying today. They didn't want it to break 102, 103 today. Another supposed heat advisory. But honestly, it don't even feel that hot. But what they're doing is they're using all this nanotechnology to stop the gamma radiation to come down so we don't become superheroes.
He laughs. He laughs. And maybe I'm fucking crazy. But that extra radiation would hit us. That would do something to our RNA and DNA. I swear to God, I know it would. Now, I want to take this time real quick to show you how YouTube basically ostracizes Brother Nick. Whenever you post a video and they hit you with this shit, you better realize that this video ain't going to get put on lists and shit. They're basically demonetizing them. Let's throw the stamp up here. Encyclopedia Britannica, contrails, blah, fucking blah. Basically, in layman's term, contrails is what we tell you. Fuck everybody in these videos talking other nonsense because it's not real. Only what we say is real. That's what this means. Now, this is why I take this so serious, yeah, because this ain't no joke, and truly, it's not game. Even though we try to use comedy, I do. Just to digest all this. But for life of me, it really does. I can't get over it. I get pissed off every time I see this fucking juice, even above my own self and my own family. But when I see others out here filming this, and I know they're getting hit. But you could be like, well, true, that's up there. That's what it's going to take a long time for that. He lives here, yeah. What, you think he just rolls through this block? He lives there. So that means that juice is going to come down on him and his family. And it pisses me off. Let's continue.
They're spraying all of this chemtrail, this nanotechnology to basically prevent all the gamma rays and nuclear radiation to come down here and absorb in our DNA. They know who we truly are. And they're going to continue to keep spraying and spraying amongst the sun. See this giant hole right there.
God, he just takes the best pictures of the sun. I'm just a sun freak. I can't help it. I love explosions. And the sun is like the biggest explosion around.
Or a cloud, my fault. It's a cloud up here trying to block.
I mean, on his camera, you can actually see like different arcs on the sun. I mean, I wish if it wouldn't burn out his lens on a nice clear day, if he can zoom in on that sun just to see I can see like little things of it coming off the ball.
I got the sun, all of these odd dark clouds, but shouldn't they be light? Anything, if clouds are made of water, then it should be able to shine right through it, but there shouldn't be any dark spots on these clouds, considering that the sun is shining right upon them. But you see right here and right there, all over. That plane, you see, it's just white up here. All of that up there. Just marking the sky up. In some parts you see the blue sky. For the most part, you see this huge organic mess up there amongst all that chemtrail and residue. But today there's no HAARP. You don't see any HAARP waves. You don't see any radio frequencies being pumped through the sky.
And don't forget, China has a HAARP weapon now, and so do the Russians. You know, I guess nowadays it's kind of in vogue and trendy to laugh this type of stuff off. But hundreds of years from now, hopefully, and somehow this show is archived somewhere, they can see sincere men and women like Brother Nick putting in real work, exposing what's going on to us all collectively. Because don't forget, the same chemtrails that are dropping on me, brothers and sisters, is dropping on you. Same chemtrail that's dropping on us is getting into the groundwater. The same chemtrails that's dropping on us is getting into our food by being absorbed through the plants and the root systems. So you keep on thinking it's a joke. You keep on thinking that, oh, everything's cupcake true. You're just a whack job conspiracy nut job. As you see, I told you things are going to get crazy, and shit's getting crazy. Look at some of the past shows. Today is the day that we need action. Not tomorrow. We need today. Share nothing else. Share. Find a video you like on the channel and share it with a friend, if nothing else. Because we have to have a paradigm change of the mind, and we need it quite fast.
You do happen to see this very, very large, ominous organic ship or organic cloud, however y'all want to say it, or how y'all want it to be. But I'm doing my best to clear up most of this chemtrail and these clouds. If anything, the clouds, the chemtrail. Peace, peace, peace. Love my star family. I'm back out of here. Back out here again with another video. You see 3 planes in frame right now. They're spraying chemtrail and contrail, especially this one to the right, this big ass line. There's another one right here you see in the distance past that one.
Yeah.
It's like coming at you live. Not live, but you know what I mean. Spraying nonstop. There's one above my head right now. It's just coming up here with this contrail, spraying more and more mist. It's ridiculous. Way up there, and those happen to be drones up there. Partially drones. It's got to be drones because there's so many planes that fly over here in this area, and they don't spray this shit up here. So I mean, I literally live like what 20 minutes from actual airport. So I call this bullshit. These are drones up here spraying. Let me get a close look at this one up here. I'm going to zoom in closer on this one up here. That one's so close. So it's so far up there, but I got like a glimpse of it though. Spraying now, and you see above this is mist up here. But earlier it was worse. It was way worse earlier.
Bam. Booyah, brother bird. They're about to die and they want to take everybody with them. You know, listen, man. This is what I'm saying. The whole peasantry running up the hill with pitchforks will never work. The moment, let's say we all were strapped with AR-15s and 200 round magazines, every last one of us, they would just simply press the nuclear button and game over. We got to change folks' hearts, man. We got to change the way they viewed the potentiality of life. Because we can't, man. Because like I said, at the end of the day, we all should know that before they give up all their goodies, they will burn this motherfucker down. That should not be the play. We got to understand these rich elite folks are some temperamental cunts. You got to deal with them a certain way, man. Because if you don't, they're going to steamroll you and your people over. So there is a spiritual component to this. Never forget the Most High, y'all. I mean, even if you're not religious, you're not spiritual, you still can help.
Skies were like literally gray, having a gray mist or a gray shroud over it. Now you see clouds forming, trying to make it rain. This is part of the cloud seeding and dropping down, which what we call nowadays nanotechnology, which is blocking radiation and the gamma rays coming from the sun, coming from outer space. Which you can see ridiculous how terrible it is. See how bad, how frequent they want to spray. Well, there's another one proceeding over this cloud over here too, this ship. You see it beginning, a fresh line just proceeded over this supposed cloud, what we call those ships, but the sun is setting, and you see all of this mist up here, all these clouds, all this chemical cloud, chemical mist. This is like, I would give this, now look, here go a plane right up here. You don't see this plane spraying no kind of BS, anything on it. Nothing.
Yeah. Go figure.
But you see it coming though. None of that mist or anything is coming. Especially, I mean, it might be low, but at the same time, I've seen some at this altitude spraying too. Say not exempt. Not exempt. Hard to focus on this damn thing.
I love it. Not exempt. And I would love an explanation. Why is this plane just fine? I mean, you can't even see so much as a backfire plume of smoke coming out. But yet, for some reason, this plane, shit, there's 1, 2 lines, probably 4 from all 4 engines, or all 4 juice box pads.
Nothing. But you see it coming though. None of that mist or anything is coming. Especially, I mean, it might be low, but at the same time, I've seen some at this altitude spraying too. Say not exempt. Not exempt. Hard to focus on this damn thing. Moving so fast. But yeah, going back over here, you see this fresh line. It skipped, and then look further up. Look. Oh shit, you see up here? Further up is this plane, and you don't see any mist up here.
No,
what is that? Like that's plane. Another plane, perhaps? Yes. But where's the chemtrail? Like I said, those ones we just seen were drones, deliberately spraying. Those are not regular planes. Look at this up here. That shit's not spraying nothing. And you see, this is at least like 30,000 feet, at least 11.
Damn. Brother Gregory Burke, welcome to the show. I did actually reach out to a doctor today, Dr. Horner, Gerald Horner, author of Race to Revolution, several other books. Hopefully we're going to get him on the show. Like I said, I'm trying to bring you the most spread out panel of experts, from Army folks to survival people, political people, actual journalists, everybody, preachers, imams, it doesn't matter. So everybody has a role to play in this.
7,000 feet to be exact, but it's up there. It's up there. Way the hell up there. Look at that. Now, where this plane must be coming from California, but it didn't just leave the airport. So this happens to be coming from California or somewhere international. But like I said, you see how high it is? It's above the mist. It's inside the mist. Like I said, they are deliberately spraying this chemtrail up here on purpose with these drones, with these, somewhat, they use regular planes too, but mainly drones. I will put a picture of the kind of drones they use to spray. Reaper drones, which are government issued, always government issued planes. But you see up here, look, that one's up there flying away. Another one too. Now these are all, this is a plane up here. No spraying anything. And we just seen the other one, which was higher than that one though. Way higher than that one, it was still spraying.
Now, but in all fairness now, they might not spray when they're so low because the juice won't have time to work. The juice has to be sprayed up high. They don't want to waste the juice. Don't want to waste the juice.
I mean, and it wasn't spraying at all. See up here more and more of these odd-shaped clouds dripping down. That's all due to the process of the cloud seeding. And because of the mist begins to drop down because it's not like an actual cloud. The clouds, regular clouds that we see don't do that.
Now that is true from Brother Nick. crop dusters, they have to do their juice low. You know, you got to spread that. You don't want to spread Roundup up there 30,000 feet, glyphosate. You don't want to do that. Oh God, you wouldn't want to do that. And speaking of that, how come we never ever heard of a terrorist attack like that? I mean, seriously, wouldn't it be pretty cheap for ISIS or whoever the fuck, you know, Organization X to get a few pilots, brainwash them, get them on board, fill up their plane, just go right down to the local grain elevator, get some industrial strength Roundup, put it on this plane, a crop duster, take off, you know, from a local plane, you know, and it's a crash and burn mission, okay? They know. Fly over a major metropolitan area and release the juice. This crop dust the city. How come that's never happened? Think about that. Just think about that.
Mist. They don't drop mist or they don't drip. Damn, why? And then up here, more and more contrail. Now, I don't understand that. We just witnessed a plane higher than that one right there. Higher than that one, and it wasn't spraying up contrail. What the fuck? Damn. It's just crazy. Like I said, this is an agenda that they're trying to make the storm happen over here in the desert, aka cloud seeding, aka cloud machines, weather making machines. Now up here you see like this. If I can get up here, I will show you a fuller picture. But I'm going to end right here, my star family. I love y'all. Infinite peace and light, infinite peace and abundance and wealth.
Man, you got some of the baddest music though, too, brother. Hold on. Did Saudi Arabia just get hit again? Hold on. Let's give us a shout out to a friend. If you guys want, I can call Brother Abdullah and see what's the mood like in the kingdom. I think I will. Brother Abdullah. Where is... Hold on. I know I just had... I must be up towards top now. There he is. Hold on. Let me hook up the big speaker. Or else I can do it now. If I do it through the computer, it'd be two.
Ready to pair. Paired.
Okay. Let's see if this is gonna work. Hello, brother Abdullah. It's Patrick. I'm doing a live show. I want to say that first and foremost, and I just want to see if you have just a moment to talk.
Sure.
Awesome. Thank everybody. We got Coach Abdullah from the Kingdom on the line right now. Everybody over here is concerned. You know, we want to, you know, hopefully no one got injured or hurt in the attacks over there. Do you know if anyone got hurt or anything?
I think about 9 or 11 people were killed because I think some of the housing, the apartment building next to the facility was partially attacked. But I will say right off, I don't know much about the incident in terms of local news.
Gotcha.
I'm not saying it. Right. It's not, you know, I haven't seen a lot. Most of what I've seen is from the Western media.
Well, you know, we just want to say, you know, from TPIM SR Live, you know, our thoughts and prayers do go out to the people who are impacted in a real way, whoever they may be and whatever they may be. You know, just want to say, you know, lost a life.
I appreciate it. I will say that something that I'm sure a lot of the Western media doesn't know is that they've intercepted nearly 80 missiles shot towards or inside of the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia, whether it was Jeddah, Riyadh, Mecca, and of course in the southern region closer towards Yemen. And those missiles are coming from Yemen.
Wow. So the war is getting hot.
And it's not, I don't want to get in too deep into geopolitics because geopolitics is like a big giant onion. Once you peel off a layer, there's another layer. But it is those missiles are coming from the Houthi establishment, I guess you want to call it.
Now, are those people in Yemen affiliated at all with the people in ISIS?
No. Houthis are basically a one of the sects of the Shiites, and they have basically started a war to assume power, and so there's a struggle between the remaining government of Yemen, and at the same time there is other tensions in southern Yemen, because I think most people don't know, prior to 1991, 1992, it was North Yemen and South Yemen. It was two different countries.
Right.
And then they united, and now there's been for a few years a call for the South to now be independent. Not to mention there's a multinational political struggle over the island of Socotra, which is a mysterious island. There's over 100 islands that belong to Yemen. One of them is the mysterious island of Socotra.
Why do they call it that?
That island.
Why do they call it the mysterious island of Kota? That's a weird name.
It's historically mysterious because it dates all the way back to Marco Polo. Marco Polo was said to have tried to dock on that island. If you look at the map, that island is very strategic in terms of where it's located. You have, multi-directional
waterways,
access ways in the sea.
Right.
So it's a very strategic place to want to try to, set up camp. And that's putting it lightly.
Now, for the people who don't know, can you kind of explain the racial makeup of Yemen? Like, don't some of the Yemens have nappy hair? You put them right beside a typical African American, you would not be able to tell them apart.
Well, yeah. Not only Yemen, just the Arabian Peninsula itself. And if you go back in history and see, the thing about it is, we in the West, we look at the Arab peoples, kind of through a narrow vantage point. And just to be really brief, the Arab peoples originate from southern Yemen. Not all of Yemen, all Arabs originate from southern Yemen. And so they're broken off into tribes, and they just break off. So there's two main groups of Arabs. I'm giving you a little bit more comprehensive answer than you might want.
Oh, that's fine.
There's two main groups of Arabs, and those are the original Arabs, meaning they are from the bloodline of the original Arabs, and you have the Arabized Arabs. So when you look at countries like North Africa, when you look at the countries Lebanon, Palestine, Israel, Jordan, Syria, these are all Arabized Arabs. They have their own original culture. So as the Arabic language spread, these people adopted the Arabic culture and language. But the original Arabs originate from the southern Yemen, and they migrated up through the Arabian Peninsula for the most part. Now, when it comes in terms to looks, we're stained by the one drop rule. So basically, in America, if you look black or you got a trace of black, then you are black, right?
Right.
So that's how we see things, right? Well, it gets a little bit more complicated when you look at the Arabs. because if you were to go down in southern Yemen, or just amongst the people who haven't been victims of cross pollination or being colonized by other entities, and those who just kept marriage within the Arabs, the original Arabs, you will find people that we in America would say is a black person.
And what would they call them? Just regular folk?
And that's common. That's common. And also, there's not much cultural, and if you go back farther enough, even linguistically, there's not much difference between some of parts of East Africa and the Arabian Peninsula. It's very, in some, even there are tribes that originate from the center of the Arabian Peninsula, but now reside in East Africa. And you have that vice versa as well. You have some tribes that are originally from East Africa, but now reside within the Arabian Peninsula.
Well,
and so, that's why if you go to, like, for example, you have what is it? Tanzania. Tanzania, you have Arabs, some of the African tribes that originate from that part of Africa, and you have some Black Persians also. Also in Oman, you have Black Persians, and you also have Tanzanians. And so it's when you get over here, it's a lot more complicated than how we get the simplified version in America.
Now, have you seen blind, blue-eyed Muslims in the kingdom?
Well, Muslim is just a person of the faith. So, but if you're talking about Arabs,
yeah, like Arabs,
blonde hair and blue eyes is not from the Arabs. So if someone is the Arab now and they're blonde hair, blue eyes, that's because they have interbred with other people.
Well, the only reason why I asked you that, brother, is because we know the Jews and the Arabs are supposed to be cousins. So how then does Benjamin Netanyahu and all of his buddies, all basically blue-eyed folks, are Jews in just a matter of a few thousand years?
Well, I'm not specifically knowing about Netanyahu, but I know the vast majority of Israelis originate from Europe.
Right.
They originate from Europe. They're not. I'm not going to say they're not, because I don't know their exact bloodline, but I'm just saying collectively, the majority of those people come from Europe. Whereas we know the children of Israel, or the tribe of Judah, or the tribe of Israel, they're not in Europe. They're not from Europe, but therefore they wouldn't look European.
Right.
Unless through interbreeding again,
or someone assuming,
conquest, or through cross pollination. When I say cross pollination, I mean like when, for example, you go to North Africa and you can actually see Spain. If you go to the very tip of
Cape
Morocco,
of Gibraltar,
where the Mount of Gibraltar is, you can see Spain with your eyes. Okay.
Right.
And I think parts of Libya, you can see Italy. Okay. So there's cross-pollination there just by people traveling back and forth. Sorry, you still with me?
Yeah, I'm still here. It's the Facebook is acting funny.
Oh man. I keep getting this call. Sorry about that.
It's okay.
That's another show calling me. 1 second, just
You see, Sister Cathy and Sister Janice are blowing up the chat. A lot of good information, what they're talking about. Our history has been stolen. There's really no doubt about that. We've been sold a bill of goods that have been designed for whatever political agenda of the day. That's why, as we look back in history, the books are so radically different. This is what I'm talking about.
I'll share something also about just me as an American living amongst the Arabs, looking at Arabs. Okay, I'll find like people from Jordan where the mother and the father look pretty close to European, right?
Right.
But then when you look at their kids have same color skin, but they'll have nappy hair, whereas the parents might have straight hair. And you'll see little ambiguities like that. You'll see a family where all the men in the family are dark skinned and all the girls are light skinned.
Yeah,
That's common. That's common in here also. And I'm talking about really dark skinned sometimes.
and this is all because of the Ottoman Turks influence back in the day.
Well, that could be some of it, and that's something that's really important that you bring that up, because that's what a lot of people, even over here, don't realize or like to talk about, and that is the Turks, conquered the Arabian Peninsula and a lot of different other places in the world, and it changed the landscape of what people look like, and culturally, and and also what defines beauty.
Right.
You see, it's kind of like us in America, especially our age group. We can think back to the 80s, and there was a type of woman that was considered beautiful.
Right.
And for the most part, that woman didn't look like our mothers, aunts, grandmothers, or sisters.
That was the image. You're right. That was the image that was perpetrated on us.
Right. So the Arabs have been victim to that also. And not only Arabs, Africans too. You see what's the number one thing damaging African women in different, especially in West Africa.
Skin lightening creams.
Skin bleaching cream.
See that this all begins in the mind, brother. Before a person puts bleach on their skin, something had to click in the mind to say this is an okay thing to do. This is cool. This is what we had to figure out. We gotta dissect this propaganda, this program we all been fed, and see through.
Well, one of the mechanisms behind that is that our culture is being imported all over the world.
So the racism and hate,
it takes its own shape. So, like, you have a phenomena in Japan where not all, but certain group of Japanese girls tan. They even put makeup on, and they imitate black women or black girls.
Wow.
Yeah. You have in China where rounding out the eyes and lightening the skin to look more European is popular.
Let's say, like it really is, look more white as possible. That's what they're trying to do.
What's really shocking amongst the Arabs, what's popular amongst the women, is the Kim Kardashian phenomenon.
Big behind.
The lip injections, the butt injections, the silicone breasts. This is what is, popular amongst from my vantage point, I could be wrong, but from my vantage point, I think it seems to be really popular that a woman that maybe if you looked at her, we looked at her, we would say seemingly she's, a good looking or beautiful woman, but just because it's in style, they'll get lip injections, and, if they ain't equipped right, they'll go get butt injections,
right,
and silicone breasts.
But don't forget this, brother. Gravity. One word, gravity. It will all sag. All that foolishness. Yeah. That's all foolishness. I mean, when it comes to when a relationship or a woman, you have better judge that book by the content and not by the cover. I'm telling you, brother. If you want to save yourself some pain and anger and frustration, you get with the content. The cover is irrelevant. on
And
all
also,
levels.
not this is not a knock on anyone else, but this is just purely my opinion. I think a healthy heterosexual male appreciates the little stretch marks.
Of course.
Appreciates a woman's body changing due to her motherhood.
Yes.
I think this is just part of life, and hey, it's never been a problem for me.
Hey, stretch marks are a badge of honor. Only real women earn them. All right. That's right. A happy woman. She's right. Fed. She's feeling good. She's dancing. She's enjoying life. That's what it's about. Now, you want to try to knock your woman over the head. You better look like a 15-year-old girl. Well, that shows you that you got some sickness. Who wants to be with a little beanpole? Straight up, straight down.
Or who wants fake parts anyway?
Exactly. Because that means you're going to have to tighten up your kids when they come out. Get your little daughter breast implants. Get your son whatever implants he may need. Come on now. We're supposed to be humans. You're supposed to dig who you are. The sexiest thing about a woman, if she's confident in not the confrontational confident, I'm just saying confident in who she is, that's a beautiful person.
Yeah.
All right. Now, you take out the confrontation. Now, see, they say confidence now. Nowadays, they want a chick that be all, when you get home, try to henpeck you, try to argue with you and fuss and quarrel. That's not sexy or cool, but they call that a confident woman nowadays.
No, to me, that's not confident.
No, that's Heartbreak Ridge.
If she was confident, personally, I believe if she was confident in her womanhood, she would know how to get to her man without pecking and biting.
There it is. It's called talking like a rational human being. For one,
right. And the thing about the way we're designed, the woman is attractive. Her voice, her presence, her companionship,
her smell, the whole 9 yards.
Everything, everything. So no, that to me, the confident woman is the one she's confident in herself,
right?
In herself and her womanhood.
And the most important thing is she wants to work with you. She wants to be your helpmate. I'm not trying to be biblical or throw anybody in no row,
right.
But she wants to actually,
right.
She sees that you're into making model airplanes. And guess what? When she's out shopping and shit, she's going to bring home you a model airplane because she's going to be supportive and nurturing of what you're into because that keeps you psychologically happy. You see, that's how it all should work.
Makes the dream work.
There it is.
Teamwork makes the dream work.
But see, we got this so messed up, brother, that our political systems are messed up. Come on now. Our economic systems are whacked and rigged up. You know it. And even our family structure now are at risk because everyone's so caught up in this virtual world, their virtual persona, that sons are not honoring fathers. Daughters are not respecting mothers. Grandparents are all but forgotten in nursing homes. This is a sickness. This is unsustainable. But this is the state of affairs where we're at.
Yeah, collectively, you hit it right on the head. And I think it's just few individuals who recognize the issue, like yourself, and you've connected with other people who think the same. These are the far and few, and the kind of like the last of the dinosaurs, so to speak.
You know it. We're being hunted down one at a time, like by a vampire hunter. Oh, this guy's a free thinker. Let's destroy him. There goes a free thinker. Let's blow her car up. This is the quite literally the world we live in it's a paper. No, it is a steel tiger. On one point, it could crucify the individual like that. But on the other point, all it takes is for one individual to stand up and whisper the truth in another's ear. That's what the system's scared of. That's what could break the back of this unholy machine. Because I'm telling you, brother, the way things are going right now, especially geopolitically lining up, all it takes now is for the evangelicals to get a foothold on that hill. They'll build that third temple, and bada boom, bada bing, all nationalities be damned, because don't forget, they're the ones who put the national nations charters in effect anyhow. All that will be damned, and then they'll come and we'll all get chipped, And that'd be that. You start talking crazy, fuck banning you from YouTube. They'll ban you from the grocery store, ban you from paying your bills, ban you from paying your rent, paying your mortgage. This is where we're headed to, brother.
Well, yeah, the social insurance stuff. Yeah.
And it's already in China, because the elites knew that China they knew how to whip a society. I tell you what, China knows how to tell people, bow down. Bow down and only have one child. You have some balls? A billion people did that. Bow down and get your ass up in this iPhone factory and work and maybe avoid the suicide nets if you can make it home. Yeah, some balls. And now they're like, bow down and take this facial recognition. And they're all but chip the whole Chinese population. That's all they need to do is implant them all with an RFD chip, and it's a wrap. And they would do it too, because they have been beaten down in a way that other folks haven't. Name me one other country that could say every man, woman that's hooked up, you guys can only have one kid by law. So what does that mean? You just have one kid and stop having sex? What happens if an accident happens? Does that kid get aborted? What do you think happens? That kid dies.
Right.
We're useless eaters, Brother Abdullah. That's what they're calling us. They're calling us useless eaters. I just had on a report from Brother Nick out there in the middle of the desert showing us where they're spraying chemtrails over our heads. I mean, how much more do we have to show people?
Well, much can be said about it. Much can be said about it, and I'll just say to your audience, do your own research. There's academic research out there that shows that there are, even some of our prestigious universities that have whole sections on, departments that have grants, multi-million dollars, maybe even in the billions on research and on how to decrease the population.
Yep. Planned Parenthoods are in every ghetto for a reason. They're right outside the trailer park for a reason. That's to kill you. Ensure that you don't reproduce.
There's a reason why rural white America is being plagued by opiates as well.
Of course, they're useless eaters. Brother Malachi, Brother Al, welcome to the show. Because they hate us. They hate humanity. What I'm talking about right now is not a black, white, Asian, gay, straight thing. Forget all that jazz. It's about 46 chromosome thing. It's about 2 arms and 2 leg things. It's just about being a human. They hate us collectively.
Look at the 10 cities that are popping up all over America, and in these great cities that are known for their beauty, and like places like Seattle, Washington, place I grew up in, part of my life in. Look at the opiate crisis in Portland, Oregon. Look at Tent City in the Bay Area, San Francisco, Oakland area. And these tent cities is popping up in these places that you wouldn't expect.
But reason why, brother? Because every one of those places you said, they have this problem and that problem, but they also have a hate problem. Oregon, extremely racist. San Francisco, extremely racist. Wherever that hate is, I'm telling you, the karmatic debt is coming down the pike. It's being manifest in opioids. It's being manifest in low birth rates. And it's fixing to be manifest in a hot war. The karmatic debt of abusing and hating people. The chickens are coming home to buck, roost. And I'm telling you, you really don't want to be up in the chicken coop when they get back. You really don't want to. I mean, a lot of us are trapped. Listen, brother, I'm trapped here in the United States. You're over on the other side of the planet. So when it all goes down, hopefully, some of what's cracking, especially on the show, will survive through you. And vice versa with your information.
you never know what these people have in store. Maybe the whole world will be affected by whatever is down the pipe.
Well,
You know,
that one site that you shared me, and I look at it every week now, at least once offline. Brother Shannon, welcome to the show, where they show the breakdown of the different nations, and then they show you by 2020. Basically, America is down to 100 million people. The UK is down to 22 million people. Everything's dropped in half. All the Western, you go to Germany, France, bam, bam, Italy, same damn thing, reduced by half. Now, what's going on? What's going on? The massive war they already know is going to come down the pike. And all that was for perspective information for fucking investment. If you really want to know, like Mark said, if you really want to know what's going on, talk to a banker. Talk to an international banker. They know where the next honeypots are at because they're creating them.
what about the flood of immigrants, not only just in America, but
in
Europe?
Because we all know most of the radiation is going to be in the northern hemisphere after the event. Well, where are all the rich running to? The southern hemisphere, New Zealand. They probably have secret bases in Kemet or Africa, as you want to call it that. South America as well. And that's why they're pushing all the impoverished fucking peons and peasantry into the northern hemisphere. Man, we listen, man, these motherfuckers are not playing games. These people got the resources and the intellectual capacity. We're the dumb motherfuckers still, oh no, this can't happen. Hitler will never do that to us Jews. Please. I'm telling you, it's going to happen. It's going to happen in short order now because the crescendo of this little masterpiece is exponentially getting crazier. And I'm telling you right now, as sure as the sun is shining outside, now it's probably not shining over where you're at, but it's shining outside over here in Missouri. As sure as that sun is shining, this country, your life, your grandchildren, your grandmother has no place in the next world they envision to be. You are a useless eater. They're telling you what they are calling you. They have attack dogs like Margaret Singer. Thank God she's dead now. But one of the formations of Planned Parenthood. They're showing you about Tuskegee experiments that we know about. Fuck the ones we don't know about, but the ones we know about where they use so-called criminals, people who are locked up as guinea pigs. They use black people they lure us in. Once again, there ain't shit free. Hey, you get free medical. I give you free money. I give you a free place to eat. That's because they're feeding you fucking poison. Only time anybody gives you something for free, your ass is in a scientific experiment. Point blank. You might not be aware of it, but now you do. We got to get with it, brothers and sisters. We got to continue to build our networks. We got to continue to increase our boundaries. We got to get stronger today. Not just for your personal sake, but for the sake of humanity, I dare say. And I'm not trying to be sensationalized when I say these things. I'm trying to save you and your people's lives, the future babies, the future humans. Because I'm telling you, the people who are running the show now, they don't have them in the plan. Just like the 63 million babies that aren't on the earth today. They were aborted since 1972 in the United States, just the United States. I'm not talking about the rest of the world. 63 million people gone, never been. Just who did they kill, brother? Out of the 63 million people, who all did they kill? Were they all rapists? Were they all bad people? Huh. That's the problem with abortion.
Of course not.
You don't know who you're killing. Now,
Yeah.
I'm about wrapped out. That's enough of soap, man. The energy. Every time I talk to you, brother, the spirit moves me, man. That's a good thing. That's a good thing. You got anything else to say, brother?
No, not really. Not really, but I appreciate you having me on, and man, I'd like to do it again. But no, I don't have anything in particular. But I will say I've been liking your videos, you know, and your commentary.
It has been different lately. I'm trying to gear up for the new set of guests I have coming on. Paul Helner, the ex Canadian defense minister, not prime, but defense minister. Gonna have him on. He's more on the John Lear aspect, trying to get Dr. Gerald Horn on to talk about his books and things. So I got a lot of new people, new faces coming up, and we still got the old trick bag as well. But I want to always bring exciting, pertinent information to the folks in a palatable way. Not like I'm just sitting here reading. And, on paragraph 2, it says the Illuminati says, fuck you. No, I want to be real with it. How does this affect me? How does it affect you? Hopefully I show you how chemtrails affects us, affects our water, affects our mood. And then like how Brother Nick shares information about energies, crystals and things. We got to think outside the box on this. God gave us a brain, a supercomputer brain. It's high time we use it. Well, brother, if that's it, I'm going to disconnect with you. Now I'm going to close down this show, brother. I appreciate you, Abdullah.
I appreciate you, Patrick. And much love to everybody who's in the chat room and everybody who views the video. Please like and share and subscribe. Patrick is one of our true humanitarians, and I think he should be supported.
Thank you, brother. Peace and power and blessings upon you and your family. And you be safe over there.
You too. You too. You too. I sure will.
All right. Bye. It's nice to be able to pick up the phone and call brother all the way from across the pond, as they say. I want to leave you guys with hope of a brighter day, the hope of a real future. If you cannot reconciliate and carry on from this point moving forward with your liberation, your personal liberation, fuck if you didn't care about liberation yesterday. I don't care about that. I'm talking about right now. If you can start caring personally about your personal freedom and liberation, I welcome you to the family with open arms. But if you can't, then you get the hell out of our way because we're moving, brother. We're moving, sister. And we're not going to be stopped. So on that level, that's the hope I'm going to end the show on. I want to ask you all to live your life of integrity without hate, envy, or greed. Brothers and sisters, I ask you sincerely, let's be kinder to each other. Peace, power, unity, victory. I'm out.